I used to think discipline meant forcing myself to do things I didn't want to do. Waking up earlier, pushing harder, ignoring how I felt. And honestly, that made my life worse, not better. On paper, I was doing everything right, but the truth is, everything felt heavy. Every day felt like a fight. The moment my life became easier was not when I became tougher. It's when I stopped forcing discipline and started to design my life around it. For a long time, discipline felt like a constant negotiation. From when I woke up, I would argue with myself about everything. Should I get up early? Should I train? Should I finish my tasks? Should I rest? Whatever it was. And when I failed, I blamed myself and I felt guilty. I told myself I was lazy, that I lacked willpower, that I needed more motivation, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I was asking willpower to do a job it wasn't meant to do. Willpower is limited. Motivation comes and goes. Forcing motivation will never work. It will work for a few days, maybe a week, and then everything collapses. You miss one day, you miss the other, and everything falls apart. This cycle makes you feel broken, like there's something wrong with you. But the truth is, the real issue is not you. It is the design. The shift happened when I noticed something uncomfortable. My most disciplined days weren't the days I tried the hardest. It was the days where less was up for debate. When my phone was already out of the room, my time was already blocked, and my decisions were already made. And that's when it clicked. Discipline is not about intensity. It's not about good decisions. It's about patterns and habits. Most people think discipline is about doing more habits, more rules, more pressure, but real discipline is much simpler than that. It's not forcing yourself forward. It is making the wrong options harder to choose. When there's nothing to argue with, you will end up doing the right thing. The first thing I changed was my environment. Look at the movie Limitless, for example. When the actor took the pill, the first thing he did was clean his room. It's not about your actions, it's about your environment. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your mindset ever will. If distractions are always within reach, discipline is impossible. If everything you need is already set up, discipline feels automatic. I stopped relying on self-control and started relying on setup. The second thing I changed was how I viewed rules. Clear rules beat vague goals every time. Instead of saying, I might train today, or I will try to train today, that's weak. Instead, I was doing, I will train at this time after this task for this long. That way, you remove the thinking from your action. It stops you from negotiating with yourself every time you feel low or tired. I did not become stricter, I became clearer with what I wanted to do. And for the third and final shift was internal, your mindset. I stopped asking myself, what do I feel like doing right now? Instead, I asked myself, what would someone who had self-respect do in my situation right now? It stopped becoming about how I felt. It started becoming about self-respect. If you have enough self-respect, you will act in a way that will bring you closer to your goals. In real life, this looked very simple. I removed more than I added. I cut out things that made discipline harder. I picked out a few non-negotiables and built around them. I stopped trying to fix everything at once. I focused on making tasks automatic. If discipline feels heavy right now, that's completely fine. We all go through those things. But you have to take accountability for your design. The better you design your day, the better outcomes you will have. Stop trying to force discipline and start making it the default. Make it easy to follow discipline. This is about building structure. And if you resonate with this, give me a follow. Or like, or comment, or subscribe, or something.